India is a country of many festivals. So all we are asking the Honourable Minister is, please, in addition to looking at what Mr. Parambil has said about the international migration, same exact situation appears to in domestic situations during vacation time, during festival time. Let there be some band that the DGCA looks at in order to make air travel. Honourable Chairperson, sir, actually today I am standing to speak on the resolution moved by my colleague Shafi Parambil on the necessity and the need to have some kind of regulatory mechanism to oversee international airfares for migrant workers from his state of Kerala. And since we are speaking on that resolution, in addition to supporting his resolution, I'd like to speak on a few more issues regarding the very same problem existing in the domestic market. Now, a lot of my other colleagues from the BJP as well as from the SP have spoken on a wider variety of matters and issues affecting the civil aviation market. I will try and keep my words quite limited, 5 to 6 minutes, on the current problem. Now, what happened in India before 1994? Air tariffs were completely regulated by the government of India. In 1994, keeping with the liberalization of the economy, we had the repeal of the Air Corporations Act, under which airlines are free to fix reasonable tariffs under Sub-Rule 135 of the aircraft rules. The moot word here is reasonable tariffs. Now, what do we come? Now, this rule allows you to make reasonable tariffs. The Director General of Civil Aviation, the DGCA, is also allowed that in case there have been excessive tariffs, they can step in and stop this kind of oligopolistic tariffs. But in practice, this doesn't happen because you have another rule, 135(1), which allows you to override it and set your tariff. So basically what is happening today is it is fully liberalized in the sense of a market mechanism. Airlines are saying this is demand and supply. And if there is high demand, there is going to be high prices. There's nothing we can do about it. Now, in name, you have a tariff monitoring unit by the DGCA, but like my colleague Anandji said, in reality, this does nothing but see if airlines are staying within the prescribed tariffs published on their website. Now, that means nothing. If they are saying that we will publish from 9,000 rupees to 70,000 rupees, that's it. They're staying within the limit. But for the same flight, if you are buying it a month in advance and it is 19,000 rupees and you are buying it 2 days before because of a medical emergency and it is 77,000 rupees, it cannot be that this is something that the airline is forced to be doing. What do we see today? We see that, let us look at the numbers. We are taking great pride in the fact that India is the third largest aviation market in the world. Yes, agreed. There are 4.5 to 5 lakh travelers per day by air in India. We are proud of that. In January 25, our air traffic reached 16 crore people in India were flying. Also great. But then what happens? What do we see? The Airports Council International did a study of South Asia and of Asia Pacific and West Asia. What do we see? In all these countries, the second highest increase after Vietnam in air prices, in domestic prices, has been in India. 43% increase in domestic air prices between 2019 and 2024. Now, this is something, in addition to the international pricing that affects migrant workers from all our states, the domestic market must also be looked at with exactly the same issue. Now, India is a country of many festivals. We know when these festivals are. For Durga Puja, it is going to be September, October. For Mahakumbh, every 5 years, it is going to be around January, February. We know the festivals. Every year during Durga Puja, all the flights to Calcutta, they will start at 25,000 rupees. Economy prices will go up to 50,000 rupees. Now, we have tech workers from Bengal working in Bangalore, working in Hyderabad. You don't know till the last minute whether you will get leave. You say, please buy your tickets before. Now, you don't know. The office is telling you, you're working for TCS, you're working for Wipro. The office tells you, let us look at staffing requirement. We'll let you know 2 days before if you will get leave. So these poor young children want to come back home for Durga Puja. They want to go back to UP for Holi, whatever the festival may be. During that time, if you are having no regulation over airfares, many people are being forced not to come home during this time. Now, India is a vast country. What you can travel in 2-hour flight to Chennai. If you take the Chennai Coromandel Express from Calcutta, you are spending 2 nights on the train. So it is definitely not, we don't have any alternative. So in this case, there has to be some kind of oversight mechanism by the DGCA to look at domestic air price increases on certain routes during holiday time and during special vacation time. We are not saying, please tell the that we are going to regulate all prices at all times. Not at all. We understand this is the civil aviation industry in India that is still undergoing a loss of 2,000 to 3,000 crores annually. We understand that. But also there is also a duopolistic situation existing in India. My colleague and dear friend, the Honorable Minister 2 days ago said, we have not stopped other airlines from coming in. I agree, you have not stopped other airlines from coming in. But what is the reality today? You have Indigo with 60% market share, and you have the Air India group which controls Vistara, Air India Express with another 25-30%. So basically 2 airline groups are controlling 90% of market share. Now what happens? You are saying let them be competitive. There are only 2 operators. If I want to fly Calcutta, Delhi, there is only 2 airlines that is flying that. And every Friday, if you're seeing the prices, it will be anything from 33,000 rupees to 70,000 rupees. Same situation. Every Friday when we have to go home after we finish, we are all scared. We don't know whether we can go home on Friday evening. Sometimes we are speaking and you buy your ticket. Your last minute ticket differential cannot be 10 times. It can be 2 times, it can be 3 times, it cannot be 19,000 and 77,000. So all we are asking the Honorable Minister is, please, in addition to looking at what Mr. Parambil has said about the international migration, same exact situation appears to in domestic situations during vacation time, during festival time. Let there be some band that the DGCA looks at in order to make air travel more affordable. Also, another very good point that my dear friend from the TDP also brought up. He said that we should look at pensioners. You have something in now rail travel, senior citizen discount you have removed completely. In air travel, in name there is a citizen discount. But if there is some way, why do senior citizens travel? They travel once a year maybe to see their children and grandchildren, or they travel for medical emergency. If every senior citizen's fare can be capped at, say, 25% of peak fare or 50% of peak fare for, say, 4 tickets a year, some kind of mechanism like that, I think that will really help our country's senior citizens in affordable air travel. Last, I know this is out of topic, but I come from the state of Bengal. 2 small things I would request the Honorable Minister. One is, there is no international connectivity to Kolkata. Our Honorable Chief Minister has just brought that up. And if we can please help us get more international connectivity direct to Europe. There are no direct flights, all are via the Gulf, to Calcutta, number 1. Second thing is, Bagdogra is the only airport serving all of North Bengal. You have taken on an ambitious project to expand the runway and to make it a larger airport. But please, could we have that also as an international hub so we can serve Bhutan, Nepal and Southeast Asia from Bagdogra just as well as we serve it from Calcutta. Third thing, Cooch Behar Airport is currently not functional. If we can just have the repair works on that expedited, I'd be very grateful. Again, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much. Thank you.
ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ವಿಶೇಷ ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡಲು ಮತ್ತು ಹೊಸ ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳಿಯಲು
EDina.com ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತು ಬೆಲ್ ಐಕಾನ್ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ.